Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Sin Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is the scandal plague, pastor, activist, hypocrite, self-hater, Jeffrey Lee Peterson. And I want to give you an update as to what has happened to, did I say Jeffrey? It's Jessie. My bad. Anyway, moving along. I want to give you an update as to what has happened to Mr. Peterson because it's quite the ironic tale. See, Mr. Peterson was on his high horse, making claims that racism does not exist, that black people are exaggerating, that black people are too sensitive, that black people are imagining things. But here's the ironic twist. The very groups that Jessie has courted and he thought he had in his corner, he thought they had his back, who he was trying to appeal to, guess what? He's being dumped left and right. See, Jessie's PR company has dumped him, ironically. And check this out. Speaking engagements has dried up. All because they believe the allegations of the white men who have came forward and accused Jessie of inappropriate conduct. Now, a question was raised, but these men were grown. They were not children. No, it would still fall under inappropriate conduct. And the reason being is because Jessie was in a position of leadership. He was supposed to have been some type of counselor, a minister. And many of these men were troubled. They were vulnerable. They were coming off drug addiction. They were coming off of abuse. And earlier, what would I want to say? In earlier instances in their life. So a lot of times people have flashbacks, and things just come up in which they remember. So they went to Jessie for counseling, but he took advantage of that. And instead of counseling these men, he ended up grooming them. And what people must understand and realize is that you can groom anyone at any age. So the thing about it was that it was not really an equal distribution of power. Jessie had more power than these men. But I want to talk about something. And what I want to talk about is the racial aspect of this. Because Jessie is a black man. These are white men. And I thought that you were innocent until proven guilty. I thought that Jessie had a chance to present his side of the story, to tell his version. But guess what? The PR company, the white conservative PR companies, the speaking engagements from all of these conservative groups, they don't give a damn. They believe the white men over Jessie. They are not really caring about any type of proof, anything that Jessie really has to say on the matter. They pretty much have taken the side of these men right here. So what does that tell you? That white people are very much on code. Jessie's the odd man out. So he spent all of this time trying to court these white conservative at the behest of black groups, at the behest of LGBT community, and basically putting the blacks down, the LGBTQI plus community down, just so he can have favor with these white conservatives. But the PR company dumped him. The speaking engagements have dried up from these white conservative groups. So what does that tell you right there? And I'm going to show you a racial aspect of this here. because I'm going to show you that a black person cannot get away with abusing or even accusations of abuse to a white person. However, if it's on the other foot, you can. And follow me. Miss Cardi B. Cardi B was accused in 2019 of drugging and sexually assaulting men. But these men who accused Cardi B of drugging and being sexually assaulted by her were black men. But Cardi B was able to have a very flourishing music career where she became a superstar worldwide over. So therefore, it shows you right there that if you abuse a black person, you will be rewarded. People will not take it as serious. Cardi B speaks out against sexual assault response to backlash about a 2019 resurfaced video. So after that fiasco, which I did see the video, and she did admit to drugging men and having a tranny participate in the sex act with her without the men's consent. And I believe that she admitted to robbing them. But they were black men. If this was a white man or a group of white men, I don't think she would have the career that she has today. And Cardi B has defamed herself after a video resurfaces of her saying she drugged and robbed men who wanted to have sex with her while she worked as a stripper before finding fame. Yes, that video is out there where she does admit out of her own mouth of doing these acts. But I remember a couple of the men came forward. I don't know how many more, but I just remember around two, and both of them were black. This is Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana was able to perform at the Soul Train Music Awards. He's in a lot of music festivals, going around there, releasing videos, singles. But this is after he bashed a girl, Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy, talking about her looks. But see, Blue Ivy is a black girl. It just goes to show you that when you bash a black person, a black girl, a black child, you would still have a career. But Jessie Lee Peterson's case, these are accusations with really no hard proof. But he was canceled left and right already because the men were white. Double standard much. And Miss Chrissy Teigen. Remember at one time she was a Victoria's Secret model? She was a supermodel, a bona fide one. But what happened with her fall from grace? Chrissy Teigen all smiles in LA outing after losing sponsors over Courtney Stoddard and Lindsay Lohan bullying scandal. Courtney Stoddard and Lindsay Lohan, as we know, are white women. Chrissy Teigen is not a white woman. Some type of mixture of Thai, maybe a tiny bit of black, some white, but she's not white. But she was accused. No, it's not accused, yeah. It's out there. The tweets are out there. But she bashed Lindsay Lohan and Courtney Stoddard and lost sponsors over that. And she went into a deep depression. Now, if Chrissy Teigen would have bashed a black person, I don't think it would have been the same type of level handedness where it's going to affect her income, possible livelihood. But she does have John Legend there. But these sponsors did not tolerate her bashing white women. But as you clearly see in the Cardi B's case, Saucy Santana, Cardi B's accused of sexual assault out of her own mouth. Saucy Santana bashed Blue Ivy, a young black girl, talking about her looks. His career is growing. Chrissy Teigen and Jessie Lee Peterson bashed white people. That is the big difference right there. It just goes to show you that there is very much a double standard. And when you pick on the wrong group of people, It's not going to be swept under the rug. You're not going to be able to just have a free for all, just continue to fly. There's going to be repercussions, there's going to be consequences because white people are still deemed in this Western society as the standard, the favored people. And powers that be are not going to tolerate a minority putting down these white people. So going back to Jessie, let me get that right, Jessie. He found out the hard way that yes, there is a racial tinge to this. He just found out that all of these white men coming forward accusing him of abuse has a much more heavier weight than what he does. Their words matter more than his word does. Remember what I mentioned? I thought you were innocent until proven guilty. He has not really been proven guilty. But hey, it doesn't matter. Because look at the skin color of the men who are making the accusations against him. And with Jessie, I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm glad it happened to him. So much bitterness, anger, hostility on his part, so much evilness. He deserves every damn thing that he's getting. And bravo. It could not have happened to a much more deserving person. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Sin Beyond and Through with Monty. And I will see you all beyond and through.